Hello there. Right, so a couple of things first of all. In the Crown store at the moment, I have to get out of that. There we go. Yeah, a couple of things. I've been messing around today with the camera on the webcam and all that sort of thing. Unfortunately, I didn't succeed in doing what I wanted to do, but reached sort of some sort of compromise. What I was trying to do was to create a green screen background. Now, I've made clear many times this is just a hobby at this stage for me at the moment. I'm not going to spend loads of money on it. Oh, strange voices already. They don't come much stranger than me, believe me. Yeah, so I'm not going to spend money on it, but I wanted to get a green screen effect, and it was quite clear from the several things that you can buy software or you can get software which will achieve that effect. So downloaded a couple. First one just completely wrecked my camera. I don't know what happened, but the drivers just mean I couldn't get into a normal webcam, and it wouldn't show up on Streamlabs as a virtual webcam, so that was out. And then I tried Xcam, something like that, can't remember. I tried that and it worked. It did the background thing, it integrated into Streamlabs nicely until I turned the computer off and restarted it again, and then the video was, the webcam wasn't displaying me, it was just displaying the background or the link to the site of the company that produced the software, so that was out. However, I did some fiddling around, and you'll notice now in the corner there I'm sort of much smaller than I used to be, and there's no frame around the webcam. The frame was, it set up an extra level of complication in that I had to get the webcam lined up in the frame, and if you know me, you know I'm a perfectionist. I had to get the webcam precisely within the frame and also the correct size and so on. This way I've got it set up. I've actually set it up so that the background, which is the thing that I'd try to avoid showing, is more or less disappeared without going in a green screen. I might go for a green screen later, but I'm not prepared to spend money on it at the moment. They're quite expensive to buy. So yeah, much smaller, but it seems to work okay. Looking at it now, yeah, so that will do for the time being. The frame, and when you're playing a game, the framing of the webcam is not that important. The frame is just a bit of a, just came with the Streamlabs thing, so I used it, but it's not absolutely necessary. I've got the name of the channel in there. I've got various other things in there that I wanted to put in there, so I'm just going to give it a miss and leave it at that now, just for the time being. It is annoying to me, and I'm not sure whether anyone else has this, but it's annoying to me that my computer seems to be the only one that doesn't seem to be able to run. I wish she'd shut up, whoever she is. It doesn't seem to be able to run the webcam software without actually messing up with my camera. It's a USB camera, which I would have thought was fairly standard these days. And yeah, as soon as I try anything with it in regard to altering the background, setting up a virtual camera or whatever, it just completely ruins the driver and won't display my webcam. And yet, normally I'm quite happy. I've turned it off, turn it back on again, the webcam comes on every time. It's just when I try to do other things with it, it just seems to mess up. Anybody in the having a cup of coffee? Anyone who's in the chat at any time would care to point out why and would know why, then I would be pleased to hear. Anyway, on to other things. I'm quite happy with the webcam the way it is at the moment. I believe there should be a webcam. I mean, it brings a sense of teamwork to our streams that people can see me. A sense of community as well. So anyway, what was I going to talk about next? There was something else I was going to talk about and I can't remember what it was now. Still playing Fallout 76, quite enjoying Tamriel at the moment, although I must admit it does come across as a lot more complicated. Maybe it's because the memory of Fallout 76 when I first started is dimmed, and moved to the first quest, and I've forgotten how complicated it was then, and there were many times when I thought then that I would never understand all this, so maybe that is why. But this does seem very complicated to remember all the bits and pieces, the shop, etc. I'll get used to it. It's not immediate. I'm not going to stop playing it. I'm quite enjoying it, so we'll play it as long as I'm enjoying it, and I'm sure it will all become clear eventually. Plus, it runs in a window quite happily in a window, so I can see chat if anyone was chatting, which they're not at the moment. But there you go. That's about part of the course. So we're all set up for a stream then, and we are doing the perils of diplomacy. I can't quite remember why we're doing the perils of diplomacy. Why is there a thing in this one? I think journal. That's the one. The Elder married Dominion seeks to secure the loyalty of Canarthi's roof, but an old treaty with Malwar prevents this. So we were trying to find the treaty last time. That's correct. And one copy of the treaty, I believe, is ripped up by one of the characters last time. The other one's still missing. It says here, notes taken by the Mistral Guard mentions some stranger characters around town, which is presumably the 3 quest bits we've got there. Perhaps investigating. Hello, Sight, not lovely to see you. How are you doing? So perhaps we've got to do some investigating. So let's have a look. See. God, getting used to all these key presses is annoying. I take it you're getting ready for work, or you're at work? Is the place, or is it further on from the rat there? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I start sort of, I work Fridays, Sundays and Mondays. Saturdays is for me and the lady wife. And Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays are fair game, so I'm usually on for Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. It's somewhere around here. Seems to be quite close, so I think it's this area here. Just about. Right. He's the carpenter, but I don't necessarily want to talk to him yet. Where is this place here? Upstairs, possibly. Oh, lovely. It was nice you came on and had a look, so I appreciate that. Oh, it's a bear with glowing eyes. Where is upstairs here? Must be upstairs. I often find gaming can be quite therapeutic. I get a lot of spare time for the health reasons I have mentioned before. I've got quite a bit of spare time, and sometimes it's quite nice just to stick something on in the background and do other things. What's going on here? Ah, what's this over here? Perhaps it's this chest. Aha! Doesn't exactly make itself obvious, but I'm supposed to hide.
Please place this enemy without Kirk has any sense who'll find it.
Right, so somebody's hidden something and she vanished, just like that. I wish I could vanish just like that. Occasionally. Right, let's have a look at this. Unwelcome visitors, it says. We assume the first anchor chain is cut. Sounds very strange. Apply pressure to Mother Tiger. It's a very, very strange letter. To denounce the unwelcome visitors. We observe unwelcome visitors recovering from the storm. Cut the second anchor chain immediately. So that's something. Ah, is this something to do with these chains that are appearing out of the sky? The watchful serpent remains offshore at the signal. We shall prepare the tempest. Well, that is absolutely meaningless, but I'm sure it'll work out eventually. So we're going to investigate the apocalypse theory thing. Shall we dive off here? Yeah, there's. Probably get some fall damage, but what the hell? That's right. Yeah, I love the way I do that. Right, so we're down here somewhere. Round this way. This guy's nice and white.
What do you think goes on inside these buildings? Why live inside at all?
Well, I don't know.
So beautiful.
That's a silly question. I don't know what goes on in these buildings. Right, so we're supposed to be going in here somewhere. Probably up those stairs, I want to go to.
Time is precious.
Urondile. We're watching a YouTuber who's playing Final Fantasy 16 at the moment, and some of the names the Japanese come up with in these JRPGs are very strange. The main character's called Clive, believe it or not, and there's a Gav there, which is short for gabbing for all you non-UK people. Right, now I'm going to ask you all a favour. First of all, if you're watching on, this is not to psych now because I know that you've already done all this. If you're watching on Twitch, then please give me a follow because it does mean a lot to me. And if you're watching this on YouTube, where's all my likes and my follows? I don't seem to be getting any, and I'd like to know why. Is there anything you need me to do to improve the channel? Then just say so and I'll do it. But a few likes would be nice anyway. Yes, Clive is a very odd name to hear in that franchise, and they seem to, how can I put this? They seem to pick names that you'll find in telephone directories in England, really sort of boring, normal names, and they seem to think they're all heroic names, and they're not. Clive is definitely not a heroic name. In the UK, Clive's a fairly commonplace name. And Joshua is the other hero character, and again it's all the same sort of thing, and the names are just really weird to hear in the context of a role-playing game. Having said that, I called my character Phil the Confused, so I'm extremely confused most of the time, so that's fairly it's okay, that's right, but it's still a bit strange in terms of an RPG. Right, now let's go to the Serpent's Kiss. What a lovely name. The Serpent's Kiss. Now we've got to talk to this nice person. I seem to remember you're from the USA, so you probably don't know, but hang on, just bear with me a second. Let's sort this out. I'll tell you a little story about Roger. I need to get into your hold, but that's a nice thing to tell her, isn't it? Excuse me, can I get into your hold, please?
I need a new rigging and a serving wench. Too bad I spoke.
Ooh.
Now get off my deck before I throw you off.
Now, do we give her some money, or do we not? Let's try this first of all. Why didn't you say so?
The same guard whose authority ends where my ship begins? On the dock or in the water? Your choice.
Yeah, the reason I'm going to tell you a story about that is years ago there used to be a children's puppet sort of thing called Captain Pugwash. It was more cartoon than puppet thing. And Captain Pugwash was this fictional pirate, and he was on this ship with his crew, and it was the adventures of Captain Pugwash and his crew. Now, there is an urban legend, and it's not true in the slightest, that two of the characters were called Seaman Staines and Roger the Cabin Boy. I kid you not, that is the absolute truth, and whether you know the reasoning behind it or not, obviously you know the slang usage of the name Roger, so that should give you some idea. And even to this day, even though it's been debunked several dozen times on various platforms, there is still this persistent myth that two of the characters are called Seaman Staines and Roger the Cabin Boy. There you go. We're strange people in Europe, especially in the UK. Oh gosh, he still won't let me in. No, I'll pay her.
Oh, that's a serving wench. 3 minutes. If my sailors see your hands where they shouldn't be, I'll keel-haul you myself.
I'm not sure whether it would appeal to you or not, but there was a thing years ago on radio, and it was part of an old British comedy show called Round the Horn, and part of it was a guy called Kenneth Williams, and he was basically a film comedian, but he also did a lot of radio and TV work, and he was in all the Carry On films, which were films full of innuendo. Basically, they were British comedies full of innuendo and double entendres and all that sort of thing. And he also did a thing where, in the name of his alter ego, which was Rambling Sid Rumpo. You can look it up online. That's RUMPO. And he basically sang folk songs, but the way he sang them, the way he sang these folk songs, they were disgusting. They really were. If you've got a dirty mind, if not, then you wouldn't have had a clue what he was going on about. But if you get a chance, have a look. But Kenneth Williams was a very tragic character, and it amazes me how many times over the years, I'm not really playing much games here at the moment, it amazes me over the years how many comedians actually killed themselves, or were so depressed, or were unfortunately alcoholics, or most of them were gay, and I don't think many of them come to terms with the fact that they were gay, which is probably why they were depressed in the first place, I would assume. Kenneth Williams is a personal hero of mine. I'm sometimes accused of being, because I'm quite conservative in my outlook, sometimes accused by the more left-wing people of being a bit of a bigot, and I'm not. I'm by no means, because two of my heroes were both gay men. One was Kenneth Williams, and the other one was a guy called Alan Turing. You may have come across him. He was credited with, I'm trying to find where I'm going here. He was credited with actually the invention of the first stored program computer. But he was also a code breaker during World War II. And it was one of the team that helped crack the Enigma codes that enabled Europe to find out about the movements of German shipping during World War II. So there you go. He ended up being chemically castrated, which is a disgusting thing to do to a man. And it was not even until 1967 that gay people were actually enabled, or sorry, the relationship between gay men were legalised in this country. I haven't got a problem with gay men at all, contrary to popular belief. I don't know what I've just done there, I've done something. What am I looking for here? Just done something there.
Watch your step, ground walker.
Oh, maybe it's up here, yeah. I think it's safe to say without Turing we wouldn't have ended up doing what we're doing at the moment. Colossus, I don't know if you've ever seen Colossus, the computer he invented. I say invented, there is some dispute whether he invented it on his own, but that's what I've got to look. Without Colossus there would certainly not have been any computers as we understand them. And it's somewhat annoying to me. It's somewhat annoying to me that if Britain had followed up on Turing's work, or followed up on the Colossus, and hadn't basically just given up once it had done its job, we may well have been foremost in the race for the computer age. It may well have been that we would have been the country to come to for computer hardware. But unfortunately we didn't. Nobody followed it up, and hence the rise of Microsoft. Oh, okay. It had to be like that. Of course, the other thing was, I don't really know, but also we also had the first sort of not console exactly, but games machine in the form of the Sinclair Spectrum and ZX81. And if we'd have followed that, we might well have been in the forefront of that technology as well, but we weren't. We seem to be quite famous in not being forefront in things because we just can't be bothered. I'm waffling on today, I do apologise. I'm not going to stop. Does anyone know where I can respec my skills? No, I haven't got a clue, mate. Okay, so where are we going now? Going over this way, got to talk to Razadum, or whatever his name is. Should we go for a swim? Trouble is I don't even get out of here now. Do go around here. It's a very strange day over here. I don't really know, but over here in the UK we've been having virtually no summer at all, really. We get sunnyish days, but most of them at least have 1 to 2 showers and a lot of cloud about. So yeah, it's not really nice at all.
There's always more to do.
At least I haven't had to fight anything for a while. That'll come soon enough, no doubt. And he's on this bridge, if I remember rightly. Somewhere. Is he? No, it's moved. Oh, there he is. Oh, hello. Come
Killing the juvenile was foolish.
So, you seem to be very up on UK culture and so on. You're spending time over here.
Will die, and the Green Lady is a most dangerous creature. But then, you have that spring in your stride again. What have you learned?
Oh, it's very kind of you. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take anything at the moment. It's really weird because I'm sitting here on the computer, and 1 minute the sun's shining so bright I can barely see what's going on the screen, and the next minute it's so dull that the screen looks like it's really bright. Right.
Bring it to the Green Lady. Tell her it killed her beloved. As for the rest, Harani will see what we found.
This
We must move like Kenarthi herself is at our backs.
this quest is a bit misleading. I mean, basically not misleading, but it takes you around in circles. And it's been about 3 or 4 days since I played last, and I've lost track of what this is all about. I know it's about diplomacy. Oh, there's a dead person there. That's not nice. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Yeah, so I've lost track of what I'm actually doing all this for. There's a dead body here, and there's some sort of treaty problem going on. But we've got to go up here anyway. I know that. So probably no, wrong. No, there it is. Green Lady. Hello, Green Lady. How are you?
Killer will share the pain my beloved's death has wrought. Hand down the throat,
Ooh,
a kiss for my
nice.
wrist. Hand on the lungs, a kiss for my arms. Grasp, tear, yank, and one last kiss for the killer's own heart. Now.
She's a nice lady, isn't she? Bless her.
No poison in all of Tamriel could harm my beloved. But this scent was on his body. Why is it out here?
Oh, don't get me started on Doctor Who. Monty Python. I loved Monty Python when I was. Sorry, I've got to read this. Bear with me a second. Poisoning from the cargo, but if scent was on his body, why is it out here as well? I can see it leading away to the heart of this wretched city. Okay, yeah. Don't be started on Doctor Who and Monty Python. Hitchhiker's Guide as well. I could probably quote any sketch you care to name, at least part of it, from Monty Python. I enjoyed it so much. The way they played with words was great. Again, that was one of Kenneth Williams' big strengths as well, the way he could play with words like he did and make them seem to say what he wanted to say. Monty Python, well, I grew up with that. I mean, that's in my teens. I say I drank in whatever Monty Python, but basically I used to love it. Hitchhiker's Guide struck me as very funny. Also Terry Pratchett. If you ever get a chance to read any Terry Pratchett's Discworld stuff, have a look, because that's funny too. But it's nice that you've had such a good grounding in that sort of stuff. I mean, the UK has got a lot to offer. We're very culturally diverse. All that stuff that you mentioned, typically British stuff. I could probably name a dozen other things that you should get involved in. I tried to do a stream the other day where I was just talking endlessly about British culture, and specifically the culture that was preeminent when I was in my youth and in my teens. The music, the British music, it's all great stuff. I could go on about this for hours, but I am actually here to play a game, so I better get on with it. Right, I didn't notice the scent.
Blind to it, easily remedied. Follow if you can.
Well, I've got to go with this nice lady here, if we ever get out of it. Goodbye. Bye. Right. Follow the trail. Oh, she's gone. Where's she gone? Oh God, she's gone on fast. Hey. Oh, she's got shiny feet. Look. Where's she gone?
Juraira's latest shipment. Don't push, don't shout. She's got enough for everyone.
Where is she? I remember it. A lot of people running about here. Completely lost track of where I am now. Follow the trail, so we're following this. I thought we had to follow her. Oh, we are by the looks of it.
Joining the Dominion isn't about what is taken from you, but what we gain from it.
Jump off the end there. Bashing my mouse into the computer keyboard. I treated myself to a mechanical keyboard recently because I think they're more reliable. Those membrane ones tend to fall apart after a little while. No, I'm just playing today. I mean, I don't know enough about this game to pick and choose missions. What I've been doing, I know you can push T and it brings up other missions you do. So I'm just doing basic missions at the moment, getting used to the idea of what the situation is and how to do things. So nothing specific, just playing basically. I'll be back to Fallout 76 tomorrow probably if you're online. It'll probably be about the same time as well. It very often depends where my wife is because she's working. Destroy them. Interrogate the assassin. That's the assassin. Yeah, my wife works sometimes early and sometimes late. Today she's late, so she's gone off to work and I'm doing the stream. If she was doing early, she would have been at work in the morning, and I would have been on between sort of 10 and 12. Tell me who killed the Sylvanar.
I followed his orders.
Oh, whose orders? Well, I'm interrogating you.
He said they could stop the Tempest. Had to be removed.
The important thing about this game, long deal, right, okay. The thing I like about this game more than anything else is that it's relaxing to play. Fallout 76, you need to be thinking about names.
You did what you had to.
Oh.
And did I?
Mm. Oh, nice. Yeah, on Fallout you've got to think about numbers and how much stuff you've got, and you're always doing inventory management. I'm sure that's probably true to a certain extent later on in this game, but at the moment it's just quite calmly walking around. There's a lot of fighting. You can just fight if you want to. You can bring up inventory management, but it's not, my inventory nowhere near full up yet. And well, I'm halfway there. So at the moment I'm just playing, getting the hang of the mechanics of the game, and also watching the odd video every now and again. Once I've done that, I can probably start getting more involved, but at the moment I'm finding it very relaxing to play. To the extent where I did one nearly 3.5 hour video, and you know from previous experience, I very rarely do 3 hours at a time. We've got to talk to Ulden. No, that's not Ulden, is it? That's Ulden over there. I confront you.
Ah, the errant deputy. I was just informing Headwoman Harani of her apothecary's connections to the High Elves of Somerset Isle. Once the torture begins, we'll learn why the Dominion killed their own diplomat. My what? You mean the apothecary? I assure you, he was never in my employ. Well done. It doesn't matter now. The Green Lummox and her idiot husband lie dead. There's nothing you can do to stop us. You're lying. She must be dead, or else she'd have come for me. She's coming for me, isn't she? I'm a duly appointed ambassador of the Malma people. The grounds of the embassy are sacrosanct, according to our treaty.
Well, oh, he's gone. He's back up, look.
Stop it!
Where's he gone?
Coward! I'll have your head finished!
Had he sent, and soon his heart.
Oh,
Stop, all of you.
quick, follow up.
This madness ends now.
Perhaps not, she's going to kill him. We'll talk to Harani instead, because that's the next step on the quest.
This is madness. There has been enough death in this city. This does not excuse mindless slaughter. We are better than our enemies. We must apprehend him. Don't let the lady cut him down like
He told me to talk to you, so I'm talking to him. You tell him to go after him. That's what I was going to do. Oh dear.
I trust you'll do what's best for my people. Now I must apologize to Viceroy Paladin. Whatever the Dominion needs, we will provide.
Also, I don't think with this game I take it quite as seriously as I do Fallout. Fallout, I always feel I'm doing some. I've got to do things in the right order, in the right place. This time, I just feel like I'm running around playing a game, and eventually it all makes sense. At the moment, it's just impression. The impression of this game. This is my third. I think it's my third session on this game. I keep getting strange Russian people trying to get in touch with you. I can't understand what they're saying, but never mind. Yeah, so I mean, I feel much more at ease. You see more of the humorous side coming out in me. As we've said before, the innuendo side that us British are famous for. Deal with Ulindel in the embassy. Okay. Go over this way somewhere, hopefully. I'm going to try and stop him being killed. I shall believe it when I see it. Right, we've got a green lady and we've got Ulindil. So which one do we talk to first? Possibly best to talk to her.
Move, unless you don't mind that spatter. I'll keep him alive for a time. He won't starve. His limbs have so much flesh to sustain him. Go tell Harang the Maramar is dead. Leave me to my work. Exactly. And I'll have the blood that's due. What does this creature's life matter to you anyway? You dare speak for my Silvenar? I'll beat you with your own slave skin. I'll smash your teeth to powder and choke you with the dust. You're right.
Yeah, I've noticed this in Final Fantasy as well, the one that I'm watching in the mornings. The guy, site not knows what I mean, there's a guy on streams Final Fantasy he uploads early in the morning. And when you talk to these characters, 1 minute they're all, I'm going to smash, and then, yeah, you're right, I won't have to do that. They change their minds so fast. I mean, I know they're only AI, but it's just a little thing that doesn't exactly ring true.
Far away from me.
Right, now I've got to talk to him, no? I've got to talk to Harani next. He's going off somewhere. Let's get out of here. Wrong way. Cooking fire. Have we got anything to cook? No. I assume we'll eventually go fishing. I saw earlier on that if you've got some bait you can fish. I'm sure that'll come into the quest line somewhere. As I said on a stream previously, I've got so used to talking now while I'm playing that even when I've got no one online, even when I'm just playing a game on my own, I still find myself talking to myself now. Well, talking to anyone that will listen, basically. Normally it's myself, or you lovely people, one or the other.
We've taken Ullandil into custody thanks to your quick action.
Yeah, Skyrim's set in the same world.
Keep him from proper justice.
I played Skyrim many moons ago. Skyrim is, I think, set after this. I'm not entirely sure.
I understand.
I think it's like with Fallout. They want.
Another way to mourn her husband.
Shall I read this?
I asked Ullandil what he meant about the Tempest. After what the Green Lady did to him, it is difficult for him to focus. What he did say isn't good at all.
Yeah, it's like Fallout. I think they had Fallout up till Fallout 4 was single player games, and everyone said, oh, we want a Fallout with multiplayer. And they produced Fallout 76, and we all know the history of that. And then I think it was the same with Skyrim. People said they wanted Skyrim with multiplayer, so this was the result. I was going to buy it many years ago when I had an Xbox, but then I realised I hadn't got Xbox Live Gold, so I couldn't play it anyway. Not in multiplayer. I think it has to be in multiplayer mode to play. So yeah, it's basically Skyrim with multiplayer.
The Maramar has some ships waiting offshore. Ulandel's people signaled them before the Green Lady arrived. Some sort of invasion force. With the Dominion's help, perhaps we can fortify the town. That alone may save many lives.
Yeah, because this is what they were trying to do. They were trying to join the Dominion, and the Dominion couldn't because there was a Maelma treaty, and that was what's stopping things. Well, apparently the Maelma now have openly declared their hostility, so they're presumably going to join the Dominion
I
now.
signed a new treaty moments ago.
Yeah, she's joined.
Viceroy Peladil assured me the Dominion will protect our little island.
So are you actually a gamer then, slightly, or do you like just watching gamers?
Or fall together.
I've known people in the past where they don't like the idea of gaming, they just want to watch other people game. It's fair enough, it's you know, whatever. I've always been a player of games. It's only recently that I've got into it, into the depth that I have. Well, I enjoy sitting in front of the TV watching people playing. As you know from Sam, men who stare at games, I mean, I like watching him. This guy at the moment who's doing a complete run through of Fallout 76 from the start. I've been watching that. Right, anyway, let's have a look at this. So this is better armour than I've got. It's level 7. So we'll add that set to our collection. Do that. I'll equip it first of all. Complete. I've got to get it first.
Hey, Slowpoke.
Right, so if we go into... Oh, you're very hard working then. My wife and I both work, so I had several health issues, and she said she didn't want me to carry on working full time, so I work part time and do the housework as well. Because I had a stroke, basically, is what caused the problem in the first place. So she works full time, bless her. But it's funny, I think when you're working all your life, if you try to have too much free time, for instance, if you were to win a lottery, then the chances are you will get so bored sitting at home doing nothing. I was off for 4 years. She said to me that she didn't want me working, but I was off for 4 years before I actually went back to work. And in the end, I was literally so bored out of my skull that I had to do something. Now, what else have we got here? Carapace. First of all, sword and arm. Let's see what we've got and see what's junk here. These are all bound, I think. That is better than what I've got actually. No, it should do. And that is less. Okay, what about armour? We can get rid of the iron graphic mark, that's junk now. Sugar jacket. Bind that to a set collection. I don't know what this binding is, but it sounds like a good thing to me, so we'd do it. Collect sets. Yeah, as I've explained many times with this game, and with my gaming, people say to me, "Oh, I get a lot of people coming on here trying to sell me things while I'm streaming. Oh, you could buy this graphic set. We can make your stream 10 times better." I want to be the best I can for you guys, and I think I'm doing a fairly good job with the technology that's available to me. But this is basically just a hobby to me until I can find a way of making it pay. I don't think it's ever going to pay in amounts that I would be. Oh, that's quite handy. In amounts that would enable me to be a gentleman of leisure. It's never going to pay off that much. I will have to work until I retire. I'm only 67, so I'm 5 years away from retirement. By that time, you know, I might as well just let retirement play out.
You, yes, you. Commander Karanek needs you immediately.
Well, why not? So what do you do then? What jobs do you do?
The Malmer attacked Key from the sea. Commander Karanek holds the line at the docks. She needs help stopping the Malmer before they push into Mistral. Zaire will find more to help. Be swift, slow paws.
Oh, I'm just reading. I can read, surprisingly enough. I learned when I was very young. I was born at a very early age, you know. Now attack Allied Agents C. So this is the follow-on from the quest then. Tech support, hardware and software, as well as. Oh, well, I know where to come to when I've got problems. Then perhaps you can explain to me why it is that my webcam will never do virtual stuff without actually ruining the driver. No, don't worry, I'm only joking with you. I wouldn't expect you to. I know you're working. One slight criticism I've got of this, I do retail, by the way. That's where I work. I work on a till in a retail store, part time. So what we've got to do, we've got to find Hazard's Hide. Beast Unleashed, right, that's the one we're after. So that is over that way. It's weird, some people in the UK tend to think of working on a till in a retail store as being a job for sort of women mainly. There's a lot of women do it in this country. But I'll do anything that gives me some money, I don't care. It's not something that I see as a demeaning job in the slightest. I was in wholesale of electrical items many moons ago. That was my main career. Stroke put paid to that, unfortunately. Where are we going now? Over this way somewhere.
This was after 3 grams of white eye and a flagon of moon sugar double. You're lucky to be alive.
Down here by the docks, of course it is. Now, can I walk down there or will I fall down there? No, I can walk. So go down there and down there. And up here. Ah, there she is. Hello.
You there. The Marmor attacked Cat's Key with their sea viper forces. We need every able-bodied for the rescue effort.
You're wasting your time with me then.
A counterattack. I'd set up an organised defence. Our forces are scattered too thin. If we can't hold the gates, Mistral will fall to the Marmor.
What can I do?
I'll coordinate Dominion forces from here, but I can't lock down this gate until the survivors clear out of the market. Send them my way. We need everyone able to defend Mistral on this side of the wall.
It is as I said, Colonel. Nothing can come of them.
Talking of technical things, this is the problem that I've got with this game, and not with this game, sorry, with this hobby of mine, this streaming hobby, is that I've had to learn everything from scratch basically, and have no, yeah, well done for what you're doing anyway. 2 jobs is not nice. Yeah, I've had to learn pretty much all of this myself. First of all, I was using Twitch Studio, which was basically an idiot's guide to streaming, and then for some reason I had to stop using it. I can't remember what it was initially, but I think there was a technical issue with it and I couldn't resolve it, so I thought, well, I'm going to have to learn OBS, and that's struck the fear of God in me. But I learned how to use it, and then downloaded Streamlabs OBS because apparently it's virtually the same thing, except with Streamlabs you get some added benefits when it comes to downloading things for your stream and so on. So I downloaded that, and every time I get a technical problem, although I'm technically savvy, very technically savvy, there are some problems which completely mystify me. For instance, with this camera problem, what happens is that I downloaded some software to have a virtual camera, and so I could change the background. Set it all up, the background was changed, it all looked good, and then so I didn't have to do it when I was on stream, and maybe it was after that I decided to make sure it all worked once the computer had been switched off and restarted. So I restarted the computer, and then it just seemed to have completely wiped out my USB feed from the camera. And when that happens, I have got quite a bit of knowledge about computers, as you can probably tell from the fact that I've done all this on my own. But when it comes to that kind of thing and why it happens, I have no idea. And it's either spend hours sorting it out or work our way around it. I usually find a workaround. But again, I'm my own IT department, so the big streams are lucky that they've got IT departments behind them. You can tell them what's going on and don't need to tell them what's going on, they just sort it all out. With me, if there's a problem, I have to sort it out myself. And to be honest, I find that quite good fun, sorting out problems. But the other one I've just mentioned before actually is the electrics in this flat are absolutely useless. Every time someone switches on a light or turns on an electrical device in the flats above, below or around me, my HDMI cuts out. So I lose the screen for about a second or two. It's great fun. As regarding what you were saying there, Simon, I tend to agree. There's a lot of people who would. This is what I was saying about the women doing the till thing. IT is still seen to a certain extent as a sort of area where men are preeminent, and that's just rubbish. I mean, women can be just as technical. You have got the opposite. I mean, my wife, for instance, she's only got a touch computer, but she's guaranteed it'll go wrong. I am the IT guy for my house, but with women, they can be just as technical, and a lot of them are quite brilliant when it comes to it. I mean, I'm trying to think of Ada Lovelace, I think her name was a programmer back in the day, and we're talking a long time ago. And I think she was tied in with Turing at one stage, and she was as intelligent, if not more intelligent, than Turing was. Have a look at it anyway. I can't remember exactly why, but I know she was a genius in her field. Her name was Ada Lovelace. Have a look at that. I'll have a look later on. Right, sorry, I've got to stop gaming again.
One must have struck me on the head. When I woke, a sea viper was carving strange runes on my bodyguard's skin. I hit that
nice.
part with a broken spar and ran.
Have you ever had any strange runes carved on your skin? Well, yes.
No, we can still move. We'll head to Mr. It's safe there. Try the aid of inspiring to see Dominion soldiers. Maybe Sergeant Tyrion can pull off her counterattack.
Yeah, what counterattack?
The Marine by the gate to Cat's Eye Key plans to strike back at the sea viper. I'm sure she can tell you the details. We'll get moving. God grant you strength.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's one. Direct survivors to safety. He's not going to safety, he's just bending down and starting doing some more. Right, we'll talk to this one.
We can't let those Maramount pirates reach Mistral. They'll butcher our families. I saw great serpents emerge from the waters. Those sea viper cowards made them snap at everyone in striking distance. We make so many neighbors fall. Right. You were with Dominion, yes? Your Sergeant Tyrion plans to strike back. Keep those pirate cowards at country. I'll do no such thing. If any of those sea vipers shows a face on this side of the gate, I'll throw it off myself.
Right, and another one done. Right, who's next? It's both. Yep, which one?
What are you doing
A
here?
lot of talking in this one, not much fighting.
If you're in the mood to cave in some sea viper skulls, I don't really care. You feel that cold air rushing off the sea? Just like it was before the hurricane. We can't wait to cut off the snake's head. We are the Dominion counterattack.
There are a lot of Americans doing British accents here. You can tell because the inflection's just a little bit wrong.
I sent my squad to scout Cat's Key. If they haven't known of the sea viper's plan, we can poke around until we figure out what needs chopping. Then I'll hold the gate. You think you'll have need for a wizard. Or you could bring a Dominion Marine. Up to you. Then let's fillet these fish-ass bastards.
We'll go this way. Some fighting coming up, people. Yay! Well, we have to fight this guy, obviously. One down. You can actually hit these things or not. No, presumably not. Right, it's one down. Shooting right in. Died. First time I died as well. Amazing.
We should check the houses or secluded areas with good visibility of the key.
Right. Oh, apparently I died back. Someone killed him anyway. Can't do this. Yeah. The worst one is the Cockney accent. The Cockney was like a London accent, born and bred Londoner. I'm afraid London these days is not. There aren't many Cockneys about. My family were Cockneys until they moved into Kent in 1901, I think it was something like that. So yeah, I mean Cockney accent is the one that Americans try to do and the one that most of them think is totally different to what it is. Look around the other side. What's the best? Cockney was more, how can I put it? Cockney was London, but it was more of sort of attitude than an accent. There was an accent, but it was, it's difficult to explain.
Hey, squad got separated. Mistel and I found Onglor. They hurt him bad. Sea vipers carved runes in his chest. I grabbed him. Mistel held them off. Hunting sea vipers. If you see her, tell her Onglorn will be alright. Whoever wrote these notes has an idea. I'd start there.
Well, I've got some notes. Let me see these notes. Not really. Oh, this apparently is your quick slot wheel. I'm waiting to put in there yet. Gotta kill this dude over here. Cockney accents are pretty much what a lot of Americans think of as being the British accent, and it's not. It's a regional accent from London. Then you've got northern accents, which are totally different. Newcastle and Tyneside, which have got an accent all their own. What's going on here? We get attacked again. There are a lot of regional accents in the UK, believe me. There's supposed to be one for Kent, where I live, but I've never heard anyone think of it as a regional accent before. So up into that. Yeah, that's a northern accent, Sarah Millican. I don't know exactly where she's from, but it's definitely a northern accent. I think it's Yorkshire somewhere. She is funny. She is very funny. Go Wikipedia. Early life. South Shields. It's Newcastle, Tyne and Wear, and that is a very strange accent. Yeah, I find. I mean, we think we're as guilty as the Americans are. We think of America as being the New York accent, or maybe there is a generic American accent.
Oh, Mistel.
Well, a common factor here seemed to be that they've all been basically mutilated. Okay, so that's that job. Next one. I think also the Texas redneck maybe is also an accent that people think of as being typically American. Yeah, pet and love. I mean, that's something which is definitely northern. I mean, if you live in one place in England, they call people duck, as in small aquatic water bird. Others have got other affectionate names. I think honey and babies.
Houses or secluded areas with good visibility of the cave.
Yeah, honey and baby are also becoming more popular over here as well. They say that when America sneezes, UK gets a cold, and that is pretty true. And basically, we pick up a lot of stuff from yourself. And it has to be said, TV and games have got a lot to answer for when it comes to that sort of thing, because we pick up a lot of stuff from American TV series, American games. What's this? Level 7. Reduce magic, that's a good one. Increases maximum stamina by. Okay, so we're going to go for that. So we'll take that, and then we'll open it up. Oh, God. Oh, we won't be fight. I seem to be fighting all the time now. Right. Can't let her fight on her own, bless her. This sword seems to have major reach on it. Right, where are we? I was going to have a look at this. Pets. Pets. Oh, that's a quick slot, that's why. Shoe jacket, we don't need that. Homespun shoe, mark that junk. Depends what I'm playing. I was Dark Souls was my game of choice, or the Dark Souls series was my game of choice. But I find they're too much hard work these days, and they were all pretty much melee based. You could use crossbows and bows, but I wasn't into that. For Fallout 76 and other shooters, I'll obviously use guns, because once I get up close and personal, I tend to just pile in as if I tend to pile into the fight and end up getting killed. So range is better, but when it comes to games like this, I prefer melee. It's gives me more of a feel that you're in the right kind of era. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. Now, where are we going now? Over there somewhere. Fallout 76 definitely I like using guns. Try not there. Where are we going then? Ah, the mine, it said. Search the mine. That'll be this one then.
Being head is bad, but when it remains somewhat head-shaped...
Yeah, that's pretty true actually. It amazes me, this time flies when I'm playing this. I've been on there nearly an hour and 11 minutes so far. Right.
I was in the cave, working, when I heard a strange howling. Then warriors came out of nowhere, struck without mercy.
How many do you want to talk about? I played all of them. Started off the original Assassin's Creed with Altair and the crew, right the way through to the last real, as far as I'm concerned, the last real Assassin's Creed game was Unity, I believe, was set in France, or Syndicate, that was in London, but those were the last real Assassin's Creed game that I played. The rest of them are basically just Vex Quest games, the new ones. I have played all three of them. I've played Origins, Valhalla, what was the other one? Can't remember what the other one was called, but the other one was set in Egypt. What was that? Origins. Origins was set in Egypt. The Greek one was set in Greece, funnily enough. Yeah, but I've played all of them. The last three don't count as Assassin's Creed. They're good enough games, but they don't count as Assassin's Creed to me. They're not old school.
After they killed enough of us, they left the rest of us alone. They knew we wouldn't fight back. They only paid attention to those totems. Well, until they collapsed the cave entrance. Some high elf wizard tried to get in, so they collapsed it. I dove outside, nothing did. Listen, tried to tell me something, but I couldn't hear it at all. He stuck this paper in my hands and walked off. Here, maybe you can make sense of it.
I thought you said pepper.
What's that? My ears were ringing. Would you mind repeating the obvious? Oh, wait, don't treat me ungrateful. The wizard was looking for another way into the caves. I heard rumors of a secret door by the cliffs, but I never saw it myself.
Okay. Yes. Unfortunately, you missed all of the good old games. Basically, it depends what you like. Most of the old games were based mainly in stealth. In the old games, if you were given a mission to do, you were given a lot of options to do it. You could go in all guns blazing or sword waving, but basically the idea was that the assassins were operated out of the shadows, i.e. stealthily, and they were based around parkour, which is climbing over buildings basically, doing attacks from hiding, doing attacks from above, and so on. It was more a cerebral experience, whereas as far as I'm concerned, the newer ones are all about basically just RPG and combat. If you get a chance to play the old ones, I would, especially Black Flag. Black Flag of the newer old one, if you see what I mean, is probably the one that had the right mix of RPG elements and the old stealth games included. So we're going over this way. Or the original one, if you can still get hold of it, you should be able to get hold of it quite cheaply. So that might be an idea. To see if you can get hold of the original game, one with Altair and the crew, and that had a very good story to it, although the gameplay was very short compared to the modern games. You should find Black Flag on PS4. It shouldn't be a problem. I've actually got PS4 over there. Oh, you can't see me pointing. It's over there somewhere, over that way. Have you ever played the Witcher games? They're quite good as well. Oh, let's see. Taylor's Crafting Box Black. Let's try Taylor's one for a change. Or should we have a leatherworker's satchel? Leatherworker's satchel. Right, okay. Yeah, no, Sam's been playing, I don't know whether you caught him playing the first bit of the game. He's been playing Blood and Wine, which is a DLC. But the original Witcher 3 game was very good in its own right, so if you've never seen that, then it might be worth playing that. It's an RPG game. The Witcher is just a whole world on its own, basically. I'm watching the Witcher TV series at the moment. So yeah, if you get a chance to have a go at that, have a go at it. But if you're looking for Assassin's Creed, I would very much try either Black Flag or the original one. They're the two that would stick in my mind as being essential Assassin's Creed. Right, where I'm going now. Enter the wind tunnels. I've got a wind tunnel. No, I'm not going to go that way. I should explain. Wind is a colloquial name for breaking wind. Is like farting, basically. What I did that for? Where we going? Now we're going over that way somewhere. Bring up the map to see where roughly. We're quite close, we should be okay. God, I keep forgetting to hit the alt button to get out of things. So this way. Should we kill another few before we go? Yeah, why not? Oh, feel like we're rather spectacular, really. Homespun epaulets, lovely. I've got some homespun epaulets here. Right. So up that way somewhere. Let's go down the end up that way because there was a way up there. Clips there, I think. Let's try that up there. Might be wrong. Oh no. No, you can't get up there. I've just started humming the Star Trek thing, I don't know why. Now that's where a lot of us got our original ideas about what the American accent was. Although Spock always seemed to cross between an American and British accent. Into the wind tunnels. Hopefully he lost here. Yeah, and bear in mind though that most of what we got we had no TV industry of our own until a lot later on, and a lot of what we got was American. The first program I wanted to watch when I was a kid, we first got TV, and it was a long time ago. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, as I was saying, the first program I ever wanted to watch on television when we first got one was the original series of Batman, and that back in 1966. I was about 5 years old, and it was the one where it was all campy and Robin was dressed very strangely, and there were lots of bams and wallop and smack and all sorts of words appearing on the screen every time there was a fight. Yeah, with Adam West, that's the one. Yeah.
Seem to harness a combination of wit and spirit. I wonder if I could... Excuse me, do you mind?
Wind and spirit, yeah. Buried in violent wind and over fart in the UK. If you liked any sort of science fiction stuff, then there's quite a few British ones I'd recommend. There's one called Sapphire and Steel, and some of those stories are very creepy.
I suppose that's optimal.
That was British, and obviously Doctor Who.
But quite effective.
Tomorrow People, the original Tomorrow People.
Dash our fleet against Canapi's roost? That's nothing compared to their current efforts.
Worse than a hurricane.
You clearly haven't studied the fundamentals of blood sacrifice. You see, these serpent-shaped statues, they're storm totems. They collect spirit energies from rune-marked subjects and channel it, like water through a funnel.
That's why they mark runes all over the place then.
Exactly the right question. It seems the Sea Vipers use a specialized lodestone to block the channel. Approach an active storm totem, hold forth the lodestone, and harmlessly siphon the energy away. You should see for yourself.
Okay, I will.
Completely. Go ahead, don't be shy. It's not as though the storm totem's energies will cascade throughout your body until you're nothing but a lifeless, smoking husk.
Yeah, right, okay.
But do avoid standing in the puddles, would you?
Yeah, Adam West's Batman was the original one that I wanted to watch, but also, what do we do? Include lodestone. Also, most of my teenage years we were watching we were watching Star Trek. Oh, that's easy. Doctor Who's again. I think
Phenomenal. I knew proximity was the key. And look at you. Not even
I think Star Trek more or less gave me
now to apply it to the other storm
intellectual pleasure than Batman. Batman was obviously camp and comic, but Star Trek attempted to offer moral choices, different situations, what you would do. Yeah, the original. Some of the films were quite good as well, but the original was probably the best.
I can't say for certain. It's one of two things, neither of which is good for anyone on this island. You don't stoop to blood sacrifice unless you need a lot of energy very quickly. And, well, to release it just as quickly. Listen, you handle the storm totems. I'll determine how to best counteract the Sea Viper blood ritual without destroying Mistral. Does that seem equitable? The only certainty is the lack of time. You should hurry.
Also, of course, Hollywood was in its heyday when I was growing up. A lot of stuff we used to watch came from America, was from Hollywood. Okay. Those graphics do your eyeballs in there. That too. Yes, I'm not going to get into that issue because I find there's a lot of problems with the way the younger generation are being guided these days. But you're quite correct, it's a different generation. Teeniest little problem with this game. So far it seems very linear. I'm not sure whether it'll improve in time or not, but it does seem very linear at the moment. Nothing over there? There might be. No, it's up there. I don't automatically bash the younger generation these days. The problem is the way that society is forcing them to go. We don't tend to give them the opportunity to form their own ideas about things. We tend to force feed them, certain people anyway, tend to force feed them ideas. It should be it. That's very powerful, that fire attack. Very powerful. What we're doing now? Another one, last one. That way somewhere. That's weird. Go in now then. Sorry, yeah. I can remember you saying about Windows 3.1 games. I can remember a long time ago playing games on computers which gave you the Spectrum, for instance, had had one mode, one graphics mode, and you could have only two colours in every 8 by 8 pixel block. Basically, the graphics were absolutely rubbish. So yeah. And you're right, they're a lot better these days. You look at this and you think, oh my god, when I used to play games, you used to rely on collision detection, which was pretty poor at the time. Well, future necklace. It's probably around here somewhere. Where's the other one? It's around this way. Done going in circles now. Yeah, it's a bit too easy at the moment. I'm sure it'll get harder later, but it seems a bit too easy at present. We've done this way before. Oh, it just takes us back to the beginning again. So that's no good. That's the way out. Down there. Right, so we'll go this way at the moment. We've done this one. There. Seems really violent, this game, doesn't it? Oh, got something in there. Right, so we've got to find out where we're going now. There's something over that way by the looks of it, perhaps. No, nothing that way. Why are we missing one? Oh, she's fighting again. I'm following the compass point where it says to go, but I don't think we're doing any good. It definitely points in that direction, so we have to keep going, but not doing it. Oh, there it is. Now you mentioned Star Trek, I'm in the Star Trek thing. You have to be careful about copyrights around it. You're saying about I'm doing the right battle-wise, all I'm really doing is spamming the fire and sword button.
This is Eilson, speaking directly to your mind. Find my Physic projection near the tunnel exit. I know how to stop the Malma.
Back this way then. I suppose this magic is range, but I've only got one actual I've got one actual range item I can use at the moment, and that's a magical item. Right. voice acting. This is amazing.
I thought I'd never escape.
So, I'll let you off this one. Is she a fighter? I guess she is. Yeah, I quite agree they can, very much so. Let's go back this way. So I very much try to be like Sam. He does a lot of the innuendo stuff, and I try very much to be like him. I think he's better at it than I am. Though. There again, he records a lot of his stuff, so you get to see the best of his stuff because it's all edited. With me, you see what you get and you get what you see. Because it's a stream.
I know what they're planning. Through my psychic projection, I observed an old ritual site north of Mistral. The Sea Vipers summoned a powerful creature known as a Storm Atronach. They're funneling all that energy into their bound Storm slave.
What does that mean?
The creature can only hold so much energy before it disincorporates. All the energy will wash over Kanafi's roost, killing anything it touches. Except for the Thunderbugs, of course. Oh, and the mountain north of Mistral will shatter, leaving no trace of the town.
Amazes me the amount of quests there are in this. Apparently there is a lot of stuff to do in these
There's the genius
of
of their plan. How do you find a creature made of storm energies? With the wind itself. 3 ritual horns track Storm Slave. But the lodestone now has enough storm energy to counteract the false winds. Elegant, yes?
Yeah, I do enjoy the. Not so much in Fallout 76 because I tend to play that on my own. I play this on my own as well, but I tend to play Fallout 76 as if it's a single-player game. You don't tend to think of the characters as being. I think. How can I explain this? The characters in that are very sort of serious-minded characters. There's very few attempts at humour. In these games, whether deliberately or not, there are a lot of names that you can laugh at. There's a lot of situations which lend themselves to humour. Not so much in Fallout 76. And as you've seen from Sam, I mean, some of the games he plays, I mean, the names they choose for their characters and the situations they find themselves in do lend themselves to humour. Maybe it's just Fallout 76 was never meant to be a funny game, I don't know. Nice cup of coffee. Cold now, but never mind.
Will shape its corporeal form and safely release its stored energy. By safely, I mean in relation to Kanafi's roost. I recommend moving a fair distance away from Storm Slave when this happens. Perhaps keeping solid rock between it and yourself.
Okay, point taken.
You'll have no trouble. But in the event you do, I've opened a portal at a distance of 1 league from Kanafi's roost. There I'll tread water in the open sea until I've observed your success. Merely a precaution. I have every confidence.
Oh, bye then. Oh, it's a player. Right, okay. Obviously she's doing the same quest I am, biggies. So we got to go out of here. She's that way, I believe. I just killed her once. Oh. I don't want to talk to you. Right, so out this way then, possibly. Or not, whichever. Oh dear. We appear to have set the locals off. I don't think I'm hitting. I don't think I'm hitting anybody come to that. Oh, See you again soon. Right. It could be. I say Fallout 76 is not a funny game. I mean, it isn't that bad, but it may be just that Fallout 76 was my first experience of streaming. So I tended to take it very seriously in its own right. Maybe as time goes on and I play this game, I'll start doing the same thing in Fallout 76. One thing I do enjoy about this though is this is the first game that I will have played on stream, where it's probably new to me and quite a few other people watching as well. In fact, I'm already. Where on earth are we going? Anyone know where we're going? No, nor do I. That makes two of us then. Back this way. I'm just enjoying fighting these guys, to be honest. All this experience points, money for old rope, basically. I very often talk to myself when I'm not streaming as well, believe me. I'll have your knees off. Here's some armour. I'm sure you make a very good streamer. It's like me. I mean, before I was doing streaming, I very rarely talk to myself when I was playing games. Now, even when I'm not streaming, I'm still talking to myself. So. Get rid of that Sergeant Fire Iron. I'm sure she's not, but so I'll read it. Oh, not another one. Come on then, get me. Come on. Supposed to be fighting me. Oh, you've got some stuff on him. I do that all the time. It used to be worse when we lived in a two-floor house. We're in a flat at the moment, an apartment, I think you'd probably call it. But we used to live in a house with three bedrooms upstairs, and I lived room and kitchen downstairs. And you'd find yourself going upstairs and then wondering what the hell you went up there for when you got up there. Good waste of energy. Especially as you get nearer my age, that's when you really start noticing it. Or the old-fashioned one is putting the glasses on top of your head and then wondering where your glasses have gone. Yeah, missus, have some fire. Sorry, singing again. I must stop singing. Get myself copyright doing things like that. Right, we're getting nearer. Go and see if we can get rid of these two. I think I might have taken on more than I can chew here. I've got 3 of them. They've all got stuff on them, so I'm going to have some of that. I'll take all means you take everything from all the bodies nearby. I see. Right, we're getting near the entrance now, so we should be able to get out of here and do the next bit soon. Oh, no, another one. alcove there. Right, so one out of here. Okay. I feel I might end up being a mage in this. The fire seems to do much more damage than the sword ever did. Right, gotta go down. I'll do the sound effect, shall I? Ooh, I pushed the Q button. Nothing to put there anyway. That's for the quick use buttons. Out this way somewhere. I'm not killed enough of these guys yet. Right.
So we stop the ritual or die trying? Alright.
No, I know I do. Right. So we've got to find out how to get where we're going next. Can't go that way. So it must be back this way. So we've got the map a minute. We're up here. Oh no, we're a long way up north, so we've got to go back around the outside. I thought we would go around the outside. That's painful. Right. We'll avoid him like the plague. Come in. Well done. Yep. Oh God, there's another one over here. Okay. Keep saying that. I'm gonna stop saying okay. Now. Must be a way out of here somewhere. I wonder if we can fast travel there. No, we haven't been there yet. Looks like we've got to go through that gate again. Well, we'll try that, see what happens then. Not necessarily mean we've got. We'll try and turn around to the north when we get through it. It's typical Batman style. Right, so it's saying we've got to go through this way, but I don't know how we're supposed to get through there. What's selected? Okay. Oh, just do a lot of fighting today, that's all. Yep. Going all these places, maybe I can find a way to get out of it. Nothing in it. What's that? Oh, Sergeant Fearing. Snake. I want a new sword, that's what I want. You made a mistake taking me on, lady. What? Run. So we can't get that way either. Well, loads, we know where I'm going then. I'm going to try going through here, I suppose. Kill this dude first. What's on as well? Where are we supposed to be going then? I'm going to check and see if I've got a new sword actually, because I'm getting fed up with this one. I know I've got an axe or two. Or if you prefer British innuendo, I've got a nice chopper. I'm sure I don't need to explain on what that's about. That's 1108. Great sword is what I've got at the moment. Iron Sword of Frost. That's 1108. That's 1037, sorry. 1048. 1108. So there's nothing more than 1108. And what we've got at the moment is 1108. Sorry. That's, oh, hang on a minute. What am I talking about? That's 1164. Two-handed. Level 6. Like that. So I've got 1164 level 6. It's level 8 now, 1037. We'll stick with the axe for the moment. Right, we're still stuck as to how we're supposed to get where we're going. I'm obviously missing something here. Over in that direction, can't get up there. Maybe I'm on the right track in the first place. This seems to be just a place where you can't get any further. So we're doing a lot of fighting and getting nowhere fast still. We've got to get out, according to the map, we're in this little area here and you seem to be able not to get out that way. There's a little archipelago there. So I suppose we could see, yeah, we'll try out that way and just see if that leads any further. So we want to go that way and then follow from there. So that's no, doesn't seem to be right. Iron gauntlets of health. Well, oh no, we can go around here. That just seems to be blocked off. Yeah, it is blocked off. So that can't be it. Unless we swim around the outside. Buffalo girls swim around the outside. Maybe that's something to do with it. We're going around the outside of that rope. No, that one. Let's go there. I bet that's going to be awkward. We can't get any further than that, so we'll try to swim around that way. Let's have a look at the map and see where we are at the moment. Might be able to get there. Perhaps swimming is the only way. It's rocky. Yeah, I'm dying. Slaughter. Slaughterfish. Right, let's see if we can go to a wave thingy, what do we call it? Where are we? Oh, we did that one before, didn't we? So, where are we now? I'm going to go back to the sword again, or at least try and find a better one. I like this axe. It's not got as much going for it, but yeah, we'll go for that one. At least it looked cool. Right. No, you haven't missed anything. I'm still running around looking. There's got to be a way into this area that we want to get to, but I can't seem to find it. It keeps leading us back to this coastline, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but every time we come back here, you end up in exactly the same place, and then you've got to go through there. Oh, it's a player. So this is the cat's eye key. So here we are. And I was trying to get to these. More of these guys now. we're still stuck in the same place we were. It literally leads us onto this beach, and you're trying to sort out. There's nothing up there, unless you can get through there into another area. But we've been in there. Fire! Fire! Okay. Nothing in there. Perhaps we've got to go around this way then. It seems like everyone's going up this way. Ah. Should have gone upwards rather than to the one side. So we're going to get through eventually. Oh no, perhaps not. Ah. We've just been here. Oh, I could have sworn that was way up there. So it still says we've got to go over there. Okay. I'm going. Let's do it. Unless what is this the... No, this isn't it, is it? This is a different area. That's one that's blocked off all the time. It still says over and to the left. Perhaps this is the way through. No. I do notice there's a distinct lag in this game. Yeah, it should be. Well, I don't know what's going on here. It's constantly putting us on this beach with no way off it. There's rocks, let's have a good look around it. There's rocks all the way along there. We've been in most of those buildings. We've tried to go for that. You can't get over this bit here. Somewhere there's got to be a way out of here. So far all we seem to be doing is beating up these sea viper people. Getting lots of experience, but that's about it really. Let's go up here. Hello. Hello there. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm sure there must be. I'm sure you're right, but it's just a question of where. Everyone's coming up from here, from around this way, but that just takes you back to this place again. there was the tunnel, the wind tunnel that we went through earlier. I don't think that you could only get out that one way. If you look at the map, we're in this sort of general area here. This area, and it says to go up there. But to do that, you've either got to get through there, and that just turns out to be nothing. Cat's eye key. This is where we are. Ah, perhaps this might be more useful. No, that's the town. So we're in a separate area. We're over here. It's me. I said Phil was confused, didn't I? Because that's my first name. Eric the confused. Eric the very, very confused. Extremely so, because I want to get up there. Look, up here. This is where I want to be. Up here. I'm down here. You should just be able to go. This is all rocks, obviously. This seems to be beach. So if we go back here, maybe there's a way of getting on the beach and round there, but that still only takes us round here. Doesn't take us anywhere else. I tried swimming around the headland, which is this bit, and end up getting eaten by a slaughterfish. So, where to next? I don't know about Eric the confused. It's going to be Eric the extremely confused and annoyed in a minute. Right, let's go down to this bit and find out where that leads us to. Right, now we've got the map and see where we are. So this is the beach area. Will you stop hitting me? I'm getting annoyed now. Now see how you like it. Right, so if we go north along the beach. Oh god, there's another one. This is designed to get you used to the conflict. It's doing a really good job. Right, so keep following this round and see what happens then. See, again, you're just leading out towards the sea there. Can't get over there. Oh, it's light from. Oh, God, not again. You have to have time to think. Yeah, fast travel. The fast travel points are these, and they're few and far between at the moment. Okay, yeah, no problem at all. I'm sure I tried to find these earlier on and got nowhere. I wonder if that's one of the things I've got to do. Too much to ask that was one of the things I needed to do. There's this here, that just leads to a blocked off point. Unless we've got to find our way through there. No good. It's tad annoying, this.
So we stopped a ritual or die trying?
Amazes me where everyone keeps their gold. Must be around here somewhere. We've tried it. The only thing I can think of is going into the wind tunnels and trying out that way, but again, we've done this before and we just end up walking around in circles. Right. So again, it tells you not in here. It always takes you outside. It's getting very frustrating. Very frustrating. Oh well, at least getting used to the combat, if nothing else. Right, next. Doing. Let's have a look at my stuff in a minute. See what needs to be thrown away, what needs to be kept. Lots of these saboteurs, whatever they are. Boots, I think. So whatever happens, I mean, it's trying to lead us out of here again. It's not in here, whatever it is. I'm sure there'll be people watching this that are thinking, or screaming at the screen, it's over there, you've got to go that way. Unfortunately, I can't hear them.
Ritual site is beyond the door. Keep that lodestone close at hand for those ritual halls.
Oh, it's up here. You have to go through this bit then. Oh no, it just takes you out to Catch Like Here again, which is exactly the same place as we were before. No, it's not. I see. So this was what we were supposed to be doing then. We had to go past him. Very heroic music. Run away! Run away! Run away! Oh, dead! Look at that! Dear! Right, so we're back where we started from. Right, next thing to do is try and guess. Try and get this snake killed. Oh yeah, right, okay, next bit. Central centre, of course it would be, wouldn't it? Right, up this way. All that running about and that to go back the other way. Right, one more to go. Over this way. Is it going to be a big snake? Yes, there's going to be a big snake. Look at that. Cauldron. Cauldron. Is Manida. That's very interesting though. Is Manida greater than yours? I'll do this thing. Right, escape the ritual site. Run away!
Your funds cannot hold the tempest.
What's this? What's that? What's this? What's this? What's that? What's this? Is that something we'll fight? There's over here somewhere.
You must leave this place. Follow me.
There was still somebody doing something then, but anyway, never mind.
My friend, to escape death so triumphantly is constant thrill, yes? Not so thrilling for the Maumar. The Maumar are fled or dead thanks to your efforts. Canarthi's roots be safe and voluntarily a part of the Altmeri Dominion. So, as you must know, Razumdar keeps an eye on promising people. If Raz had known you would do so well, he would have scrounged you a nicer reward. Apologies. The Mistral Armory is not what it once was. The Maumur are like drunken uncles. Chase them off, and they always come back. Next time, Canardi will be waiting for them. Problem is, there are places that will not be so prepared. If the Vipers are numbers strong enough to assault Canardi, all of the southern seas are in danger. The Queen is in Oregon right now, beginning a royal visit. Raz would ask you to head to Volcal Guard and report to Watch Captain Astania. Astania can pass word to Her Majesty. Perhaps you can catch a ride on the Prowler. Raz has genial plans to set sail. He suspects she may owe you a favor. Of course. After all you have done, Astania is the lovely watch captain of the Volcal Guard Watch. Raz has shared more than one ring with the captain, and more than one fight. She's getting a bit grouchy now that she's tied to your fort, but she should set your eyes. This one is a simple Khajiit, like he said when we first met. He resolves issues as they come up. He acts in the best interest of the Dominion and the Queen. Oh, Raz would not be surprised. You have already proven yourself a competent sword. Simple Khajiit like this one have a tendency to need competent people like you. Very tall elves and very pretty short. Oregon is the most worldly part of the Somerset Islands, and still many of the High Elves consider it a sanctuary away from the rest of the world. This one thinks they are kidding themselves.
Right, level 9 rewards, getting through the rewards like nobody's business at the moment. Oh, let's have Great Sword. Can do with the Great Sword. Probably can't use it yet. Okay. And we do 3 on that one, and 2 on, went up to 3 of everything. Okay, that's that done. Right, I think we're entering the, where are we now? Yeah, probably the last half hour, because that'll make 3 hours then. So, do a few more bits and pieces and then we'll get going for today. Okay. Oh yeah, what I want to do first, Prophet's Great Sword, is that any better than what I've got? Level 9, 12, oh yes, very much better. Okay, we'll have that. And what about armour? Oh my god, 1634, definitely better than what we've got, so we'll equip those. What we've got is better than those. 2061, they are definitely better. High racers, we've got 917, they're already level 2. Gauntlets, they are better indeed. Gloves, definitely rubbish. Iron gauntlets of health, gloves and magic. No, that's no good. Nope. Jerky. Oh, that's junk. That's junk. Definitely not, that's junk. Bind already, they're not already bound. It's bound already. So is that. So is that. And so is that. Okay. Be interesting to see what the new sword looks like when we get into a battle. In fact, we might as well find out now. Oh, it's got red stuff on it. Oh, these are all people that we're friendly with. don't want to go attacking them, they might not like it. It certainly keeps me going that I've got someone to talk to. Sometimes it is a bit disheartening because I would stream anyway, even if nobody was watching, simply because I find it relaxing to talk to myself while I'm playing games. If I'm talking to myself, I might as well talk to anybody. But it's nice that there's somebody, there is somebody who's actually watching with some attention. So yeah, thank you for watching. That's why it's been fun. So I'm going to give it another half an hour so I can get going. But at the moment, I thought, yeah, I might try and open the map up. We'll follow this one, see where it leads. Try and open the map up a bit before we finish.
Cat's eye key. Did you listen to these bumping?
Yeah, it's kind of a novelty really, because it's probably early in the morning at the moment. I'm sort of midway through the afternoon. I'll be having something to eat fairly soon. Where are we? Skip. That's all fast travel. Right, so I'm going to go over this way. Around there. What I do want to do is talk to a blacksmith.
Everybody needs a home of their own. Really, get to work.
Hmm. Right, okay. Sell what we don't want, so sell that one. That one's superseded now. Definitely that one. That one. Keep hold of that. Not sure we need that or not. Armour. Sell junk. We'll do that one first. I'm actually getting rid of most of the stuff we want to sell. Oh, right. Equip that one. Okay, we'll equip that one. Perhaps not. Keep that. Get rid of that. Okay, just got rid of some stuff. Now where we're going again, I've lost track of where we're going now. That way. The reason I wanted to go in here and find a blacksmith is because I want to repair some of the stuff. This is the blacksmith guy.
There's nothing like a good fire to warm one's weapon.
Oh, that's what I was after. Repair all. Okay, now we can go after the quest. Blacksmith one. Oh. Oh, I looked at that the other day. Don't steal anything. Get told off if you steal things.
more to do.
Keep doing that. Whoops. Now, do we have to get on this key? Possibly. We tried to get on there, and that's not it. No, it's this other way. It's through this key. Try and get up on the path out. Yeah, skiff. At least this is open now.
Cat's-eye key. Would you listen to these bumpers?
I'll tell you one thing, after sitting for so long, the old knee starts seizing up. Right, so we want to go over here somewhere. Well, the little mark's getting bigger, so it must be somewhere near here. Oh, unless there's a ship at the end. Ah, there is. There's probably a ship at the end here. Talk to Captain Himila. Himila? Oh, that's a skiff, is it? Right, okay, now I know. If I'd known that, I'd have been here ages ago.
Headed to Oregon, and we're happy to ferry you there. When you're ready, hop in the launch. We'll set you up with your own boat.
Why am I going to Oregon? Because I am.
Gold. Owning
Mind
a
your own
fine ship
business.
after a hurricane can be quite lucrative, even when the only cargo is Dominion luminaries seeking passage. Don't worry, I won't charge you. Without your help, the Prowler would be a mass of broken timber.
I'm trying to open the map up a bit because there's so few fast travel points at the moment. I'm just too busy to where I can go.
Even managed a few improvements using some armor. Donations. Have no fear, she'll get you safely to Oregon.
Right, so let's go on this ship and see where it takes us. And we get cutscenes, lovely. This game does show its age sometimes. It is actually older than Fallout 76, so yeah, it does show its age.
You are the wise.
Am I? Well, you say so.
Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that could affect the fate of our world. If my benefactor wished to discuss details in the open, why send a messenger? The matter is for your ears only.
Unusual to see a human face in this as opposed to one of those cat people or...
A passenger cabin in the interim suite down at the docks. Do not tarry.
Right, so what we're actually after. Let's have a look at the map, because that's what I wanted to know. Ah, we're in a new area completely. Talk to the benefactor, talk to the yep. So we're spreading the map out a bit now. Still not many fast travel points though. If you go back out, the only fast travel points we've got are current location, set destination. Is there a local map? Inventory. No. Difficult to... Oh, hang on a second. That's why. Oh no, all that does is move into what we're already in. One can go out further than that. Anyway, I'll puzzle this map thing out if it kills me, but at the moment we're going after this this mission. I've got a feeling it will lead on to other missions. Just a small thing before we finish. We're going back to Fallout tomorrow because I've neglected it shamefully. So we'll be playing Fallout tomorrow, so I hope you can all join me for that.
Fair day.
And once again, I would ask,
With the Queen in town, we
if
have
you
extra
haven't
security
followed
precautions
already,
to
then
see
please
to.
follow
Where are you travelling
on
from?
Twitch. If you're on YouTube watching this, please give me a like and follow the channel. It would help me immensely, and maybe we can start growing a bit. I would love to grow this, so I'd love to spread the word to people other than the ones who normally watch me, and to my loyal followers. Thanks, Sight Not. But please, if you can, give me a like. It will mean an awful lot to me. And we'll complete that one and then call it a day, I think.
The mama is passed on to the appropriate parties. Don't you worry about that. Now, what's your name? I'll need it for the official register.
My name is Eric the Confused. Sorry,
I'll just write that down.
I keep saying I'm going to go and then I'll stop.
Marines, your presence in Volkogard has been registered. Do your best to stay out of trouble and out of the way. Fare you well. Help? No, I don't think so. Actually, my guardsmen are all tied up right now. If you're up to it, perhaps you could look into some things for me. Good. I want you to speak with 2 members of the Queen's Court, Advisor Norian and Steward Aminre. They await assistance from the guard, hands I can't spare just now. Who do you want to speak to first? I see you prioritize well. You'll find him at a warehouse west of here. Be sure to tell him that I sent you. Once you've finished with both of them, report back to me on the town's upper level. Well, what are you waiting for? Right,
that is giving me an answer because the old knees are starting to seize up a bit now. So thank you all. If anyone, I'll learn to speak English before the next one. So for everyone who's watched the stream, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't watched it, why not? And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a bit of Fallout. So we hope to see you soon. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.